Hi, Mount Clear Church of Christ. Here we are again, videotaping again. Who would have thought that I'd be sitting in front of a camera another time after being told that my chins, plural, looked great. Anyway, the reason for the video is with the COVID-19 virus and all that's happening in society today, we needed to make a decision whether we were going to meet as a church. And so with our leadership, with our elders, our deacons, our board, we have really wrestled with the tension of that and have decided that this particular Sunday that we will meet, we feel as though that we can actually cover and meet the government criteria for those that are meeting in a non-essential public gathering under 100. So 10 a.m. tomorrow, you're going to find us here worshipping. Again, in this particular season, it's a real balance. It's a balance between faith and foolishness. We want to step out in faith. We want to claim and declare and decree the promises of God, but we need to ensure that those around us are also safe and are also well. And so there are decisions that need to be made along the way. With the same aspect, we have to decide whether we're going to walk in fear or walk in wisdom. Are the decisions that we're making out of genuine concern, or are we just frightened? As a people of God, we need to weigh this up delicately and do it faithfully and prayerfully. So this is what we're asking our church family. If you're over 65, please don't feel compelled to come. We're encouraging you to stay home, to rest, to ensure that every day is a good day, yeah? If you've been in contact with someone that's recently come back from overseas, again, we're asking you to remain home. If you yourself have just come back from overseas, a trip, a cruise, etc., please stay home. Consider those that are around you. We know that you've got the faith. We know that you want to come, but we need to be able to practice, as the government has suggested, physical distancing as much as possible. Please don't be offended. Please don't be offended by that. And if you do come and we don't shake your hand and we don't give you a hug, understand that what we're doing is out of wisdom, not out of fear. And finally, I guess what I want to say is we need to stand under the promises. In Psalm 64, verse 1, David's actually running for his life. He's running away from Saul. And at this particular point, right in verse 1, he prays out, he calls out to God, and he doesn't ask to be delivered from the sword or to be delivered from Saul. He asks to be delivered from the fear, the fear that was controlling him, the fear of Saul, the fear of death. And so we need to make that our prayer. And we also need to cover ourselves with Psalm 91. We need to cover ourselves with Joshua 1:9, where the Lord tells us, don't be afraid. And in fact, in the Bible, he tells us 365 times, don't be afraid, do not fear. That's one for every single day of the week. So don't be afraid, Mount Clear Church of Christ. If you need to rest, if you need to self-isolate, do that. Think of others. But if you want to come along tomorrow, we'll be here worshipping our God. Bless you all.